He's still doing well in the charts, obviously. So when I spoke to him, I asked if he planned to stay a rock star forever.
Well, I don't want to give the idea that I can possibly, without anything going wrong, go on forever. Because, I mean, there must be a limit. There must come a time when this pace slows down. I'm not sure that I want to slow down, though. So that if the pace slows down, then I think I'll go. I like this pace. I mean, I sometimes think, well, will I ever get a day off, you know? And what perhaps I must do is work as hard, but not as often. But the pace of fame is great. I love the pace of having albums that come out and are chart successes. I like to be able to do TV shows and have them #1 in the ratings. You know, I don't want to get to that point where...
It's all blasé.
Yeah, and where you don't really care whether it's a success or not. You just do it because you're paid. I don't want to get to that, really. I think that would be a disaster for me. I don't think I would be where I am if I wasn't a Christian. Because becoming a Christian gave me a whole new motivation for doing what I do. And although directly I can't look at the camera and say, become a Christian and you'll be successful, I'm a Christian and that's why I'm successful. I think that what Jesus did was give me a new outlook on life, which was so refreshing for me. I was able to do my job better, you know? And, you know, whatever it is, I must have some noise that I make that people like. I've worked on it hard. Because my motivation's different. I want to glorify him so that when I can talk about him, I'll be able to talk about Jesus from a strong platform. I get invited, you see, as a rock and roll singer to appear on Billy Graham platforms and Louis Palau, who's another evangelist. I don't know whether he's been here, probably not. But only because I'm a rock and roll singer. And my motivation is to propagate what I believe through my music and through what I say as often as I can without becoming boring.
The other thing is you give hope to every over 40-year-old. You made a great comment. At 44, the music's yours, not the teenagers, because you're making it.
Yeah, I mean, it belongs to them as well, because it belongs to everybody. Anybody that wants to like it can like it. But in the days when I started, 44-year-olds were aunts and uncles, and they didn't like rock and roll. So it did belong to 18-year-olds, because the 44-year-olds didn't want it. Now here's the first generation of 40-year-olds coming through, and I'm ahead of them all. I can't imagine liking any other form of music. It is my form of music. And I'm afraid that whether like it or lump it, I'm going to do it as long as I can. And if young people want to have something of their own, they're going to have to find something else, because I'm not going to give it up. It's nice to have young people come alongside you, but if new young artists think that people like myself are going to step aside, forget it. They're going to have to compete with us. And of course, we have to compete with them. And I suppose we've got the tougher job.
And they've got a generation or two behind them to back them as well.
Yeah. And
of course, not me. I don't remember any of it.
He was saying what a great, just on the concert for those who will be going, it's a spectacular light show. And we were talking about how the recession had made pop stars very conscious of giving value for money. And he's saying what a great concert and package performance, which he's very aware of.
Because he finances a lot of those things. Apparently some of the laser lights he's brought over, some of the first ever seen in the world.
Be an exciting show if you want to go along and have a look. Cliff Richard touring Australia, who's going to Darwin today to start and working his way